save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am So I was gonna make a short video today with a couple of unboxing of a Amazon package and another package that came in the mail. Um, and then I felt compelled to start a little conversation. Start a little conversation with my friends.
Oh.
Now, if you could do me a favor, okay? Because this is what I need from you right now. If you are regulars on this channel, before I start talking about what I'm about to talk about, if you could please hit the like button. Okay, I want to see how many likes I can get on this video. Because I need it. Let's just say I need it. So let's talk about. I was gonna try to make this short, but I want to talk about like life in general. Okay, now I grew up in a not so happy household. Okay, my mother and father were verbally abusive. The fighting would go on over and over and over again. Terrible things would happen behind closed doors. Okay, now let's make this clear. I was not a constantly physically abused person, but let's just say the mental and verbal abuse alone was enough to keep me not wanting to ever leave my domain, my room. Okay, I never wanted to leave. And my father, he didn't believe that we should have friends. We weren't allowed to have friends. We weren't allowed to leave the house and have friends. I wasn't allowed to go out and do things with my friends. I wasn't allowed to talk on the phone with my friends. Now now I'm talking to my older crowd now here. Now I want you to bring yourself back to the days when we had the regular push button phones or the rotary dial phones. Yes, we're going that far back. And if you remember correctly, they needed wires. Wires had to run from the outlet to the phone jack to your phone in order for you to use your phone. Well, my father would get mad at me for no reason, just because he was bipolar, just because he was crazy, just because he was out of his gourd, okay? And he would flip out on me and he would cut my phone lines. So my mother would buy me new phone lines. And then for a while I was trying to figure out, my father was a big man, 6 feet tall, 350, something like that. About 350, 6 feet tall, 6 foot something or whatever. I started putting my phone lines underneath the carpet. So I figured, okay, he's a big guy. He ain't gonna bend down to cut my phone line. So I might as well start running phone lines under the carpet. Now I must have been probably 13, 14, 15, around that age when all of this crap was happening. So I would come home directly from school, or if I had enough money, I'd go to the movies to go watch a movie, because that's why I know so much about movies, because I lived at the movie theater. Okay, I lived there. Okay, I that was the only place that I found sanctuary. Okay, I didn't find sanctuary at a church. I didn't find sanctuary at a family's house. I found sanctuary at the movie theater. Okay, at the mall. I would go to the mall and I would go through the back door and I would go into my movie theater and I sit in the dark by myself, no friends, by myself, and I would watch a movie. But if I wasn't doing that, then I would be at home and normal 15, 16-year-old boy or whatever, for 14, 15, 16, you'd be on the phone trying to, trying to talk to friends that you had at school, if I had any, or talk to girls or whatever it was. But my father wasn't having it. I wasn't allowed to have people from the outside into my life. So every time I would do something wrong, or he thought I was doing something wrong, or there was a problem, whatever, he'd cut my phone line. And then, for a while, what I did is I bought myself a lock for my door. I was like, okay, well, while all the yelling and screaming is fighting, and my father didn't just yell and scream at me. Okay, let me make this very clear. It wasn't just yelling and screaming. Okay, this is the part where you hit that like button, because I want to see how many people actually care about this guy and what I'm doing here. Okay, so do me a favor, just stop right now, hit the like button, because I want to see how high I can get. I got 1,135 or something like that people watching this channel, whatever, or actually I got more than that, but I got 1,135 subscribed to the channel. I want to see if I can get 1,135 likes on this episode of my life. Okay, before I open up my packages, before you get to see the fun stuff. So he'd lose his mind sometimes, and I'd come home from school, and he'd be flipping out on me. Sometimes I'd come home and I gotta lock the door. I would come home, I lock my door behind me, and I sit down, put on a movie, and that would be my escape. Okay, any movie I could find, I'd watch the same movie over and over and over again, because I would put myself in the place of the people that I was watching the movie. Okay, now you're gonna see it in this on this channel that I am so addicted to movies that when I watch a movie, I become part of the movie. If if I'm watching a movie about whatever, I put myself in the shoes of whatever character that is. You know, like if I'm like watching like a movie like Final Destination, whatever, I'm thinking what would it be like if I was trapped here, or had to go through this, or had to go through that. Or same thing with Saw, or or maybe it might be a comedy, or it could be a children's movie, or whatever it is. I put myself in the place of these other people, because I personally don't want to be me. Okay, I didn't want to be me back then. I don't want to be me right now. Okay, and I get this vision in my head all the time. I was vision in my head all the time, of Rocky 4, when Rocky's holding that towel, and it's full of Apollo's blood, and the trainer is yelling to Rocky, throw in the damn towel, throw in the damn towel, and Rocky's like, but Apollo said not to throw in the towel. He said just keep going, and then Apollo gets beat to death and he died. Okay, and that's the vision I have to sum up my life. I am going to be beat down, to throw in till I die. Okay, and nobody is gonna throw in the towel for me. Okay, nobody's gonna throw in the towel. I'm just gonna keep life is just gonna keep beating me down. Keep beating me down. So since I was a kid, everything was a mess. Okay. Once I got a lock for my door, and I found that sanctuary, which was my either movie theater or my room. Okay. My father eventually took a hammer and a screwdriver and started. He took the nuts. What do they call those things here? The brackets. You know what I'm talking about. He would take the door off the hinges. He'd take the hinges off from the outside. He'd hammer the things out, and he'd take the hinges off. Sometimes I'd come home and I'd have no door. Okay, that's how bad it got in my life. Is that this man didn't want me to have privacy. He didn't want me to have friends. He did not want me to have people in my life. He took my door away. He took my communication to the outside world away. Took everything away. Okay, and then you people are probably like, okay, I have some regulars that watch this all the time, and they're like, how come you collect toys? How come you collect movies? How come you collect this thing? Okay, I'm also a big fan. I got a tattoo right here on my wrist of Michael Jackson. Okay, and I'm gonna go on a little defense of Michael Jackson right now and tell you one thing. If you spend your childhood without a childhood, and abused, and like not able to enjoy your childhood, you grow up looking for your lost childhood. So all those people out there that think that Michael Jackson was crazy and everything, that he was like, oh, he had kids have sleepovers and all stuff like that. He just listen. Sometimes I just want to be a kid. You know, I teach preschool, and I sit down and I play with the kids. I'll sit there and I'll play cars with them. I'll play figures with them. I'll play dolls with them. I'll play whatever, and I'll play as a kid. I'll play like I'm a kid, because that's the only little piece of like childhood that I can hang on to. And it gets to be so frustrating sometimes. It gets to be so frustrating because I'm an adult, and I gotta be an adult, and I got adult problems, and I got adult things going on in my life that I need to handle. But I spent my whole childhood being an adult. Okay, my father. I have a brother. I have a brother that I raised. Okay, my father and mother both worked. I'd come home from school, and if my grandmother couldn't watch my brother, or there was nobody to watch my brother, I would be there to watch my brother. I had to make sure he had food. I had to make sure that he was changed. I had to make sure that he got washed up before they came home. I had to make sure that supper was on the table before they came home. I had to make sure that, and the thing is, supper was whatever they left me, and I had to figure out what I had to make. So it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun then, and life ain't too much fun now. It's not. It's just not. The more things I buy, it does not compensate for the lost things that I lost back then. I could buy every single toy that I had when I was a child, and it still ain't going to compensate for the lost childhood, because now I'm an older man, and it ain't going to compensate for it. Okay? I can't even get to be buried in the place where I want to be buried. I had my wife call I don't know how many, about a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever. There's a place in between where I live right now and where the two schools that I worked at or whatever, and the schools that my kids went to and everything. I said I want to be buried over there, and she called. And they're like, "There's no room for you." And I'm at a point right now where I'm like, you know what? I'm about ready to tell my son or whatever, go dig a hole, find a place, okay, and just put me in an unmarked somewhere, and that's where I'm gonna be because that's where I want to be. It's kind of messed up when your dying wish is to be buried in a certain spot, and you can't even be buried in a certain spot. I don't even be buried in where I grew up. Okay, I moved out of where I grew up because I don't want to remember about where I grew up. I don't want to be buried the place where I was born because that was a terrible place. That was a terrible part of my life. I don't want to be a terrible part of my death. Now, I listen. I know that when we die, we go to a better place. It's supposed to be a beautiful place. Everything's supposed to be wonderful and beautiful. But while I'm here, things should be a little bit more fun. Things should be a little easier. So I didn't have much of a childhood. I grew up. I met my wife to be. She comes into my work one day and tells me that she's pregnant. We're having our first baby, and she left the place where I was working, and I dropped. I passed out. I fell backwards. I started shaking like a leaf. You done messed up. It was a terrible experience. Terrible. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I had just fresh out of high school. I had just worked my I got out of high school. I was working two jobs. I just got an apartment. I was paying $80 a week, making 200 and change a week or whatever. And I was hustling to try to get the money to pay all the bills that I had, the car insurance and the car. I had a car loan on the car I had. I was hustling to try to pay for all the stuff that I need to pay for. And then she comes and tells me, "Oh, we got a baby on the way." And I'm like, "Okay, now I gotta change what I'm finally starting to be happy. I'm sorry. I found a job I enjoyed. I was happy with the job. I found friends. I had a lot of friends, and I'm like, I gotta change my life because now she's having a baby. Okay, so okay, I put the brakes on my life. I go and start filling out applications, and I get jobs at horrific places. And the first job I got was at a mill, and they made material there, and I lasted approximately 2 weeks. Okay, the place was infested with cockroaches. I went into the bathroom, and people were actually, there's feces all over the walls, all over the walls. It was the most disgusting job I ever worked at in my life. On top of the fact it was a dye house. The place was it smelt just terrible. It was like right in front of like a swamp. So all you could smell is that rotten egg smell. There was no windows on this place. So as I was working, I'd be working in a tank top because it was like 100 plus degrees in the place, and I was getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, which I'm terribly allergic to mosquitoes. I just blow up like a balloon, and they literally just come in through the because we had wire, like mesh netting or whatever it was. They'd come right through the mesh, and they just attach themselves to me, and I'd be working there. So I lasted there for maybe a couple weeks, and as I was there, I still knew I had responsibilities. Okay, I had to remember I had responsibilities. So I was filling out applications. I get out of there, I was miserable. I was filling out applications every single day. Finally, I get a phone call from one of the biggest bakeries in the world. In the world, okay? This is one of the biggest ones, okay? I don't want to say the name because I don't know if they can sue me for whatever it is, but let's just say that if you eat bread at a store, you've seen this bread before because it gets shipped all around the world. I mean, this is some famous bread. So I worked at this place. I worked there for about a year. I was constantly harassed at this job for about a year. For a year, I was working 12 hours on and 12 hours off, 7 days a week, no break, no vacation, no stop, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Then I'm like, my wife ends up having a miscarriage. She has a miscarriage. We lose the baby. Okay, we lose the baby, and I'm working at this job, and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Um I felt defeated and lost, and she was hurting, and things just weren't right, and so what happened? So she gets pregnant again. Okay, I'm like, okay, you're not gonna tell me I can't have a kid. I can have myself a kid. I've already just changed my whole life. I quit the job I loved. I lost all my friends. Now I'm back at square one again, and I'm giving everything up because because for nothing, because we just lost the baby. So okay, so now we're gonna have a baby. I don't care. I'm gonna set my mind to it that we having a baby. She gets pregnant again. So I'm working at this job, trying to make the money, so that way so we can start a life. We end up moving to a real tough part of the city. People are running up and down our fire escapes. People are knocking on our doors. I'm working 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So she's calling me up and she's scared because people are running up the fire escapes and she's all alone in this apartment. 8 months pregnant, 7 months pregnant, whatever. And then she has the baby. And now she's alone in the apartment with the baby, with people running up and down the fire escapes, gunshots going off, people being chased through we live right across from a cemetery, and there were people being chased through the cemetery by the police, guns firing, people running, people screaming, people yell. Listen, I didn't blame her. I get in my car in the morning, and people were ice picking my tires. I'd get up, and that's not covered under no insurance. Somebody ice picks your tires. Number one, they can't be fixed because they ice pick them on the side. You can't fix that. And so I'm going through tires like I'm going through underwear, or I'm going through toilet paper, okay? And I'm living in total misery, okay? My wife's driving me to work, dropping me off because we had one car, and after we're paying to get, I'm literally working to pay for tires. Now let's get this straight. I was making a lot of money. Okay, working at this bakery, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, plus overtime. Can you even imagine that after working 12 hours to have a boss come over you and say, hey, you want to stay for another 4? Want to stay for another 6? Yeah, I'll do it because I need the money. And I did it because we needed the insurance for the baby. We needed the money, and I needed to pay for my car, and I needed to pay for my apartment. And she was at home. She wasn't working, and I had to do what I had to do. So then she gives me the phone call. I get the phone call at the bakery. Hey, I'm in labor. You got to come pick me up. I had the car that night. You got to come take me to the hospital, whatever. I go tell my boss. He's like, you can't leave. All right, I can't leave. But my wife's in labor. You can't leave. Your coverage isn't coming in for another 4 hours. You can't leave. I'm like, okay. I call her back. I'm like, hey, I know you're in labor, but you're gonna have to hold it off because I can't get out of here for another 4 hours. So she's like, oh, maybe it's just I'll breathe through it, and then okay. I'm getting worked up. I'm like, listen, why am I here? Why am I here? Why I should be there? Why am I here? I mean, what I'm working for, everything I'm working for is out there, and I'm in here, and I can't even get to where I need to get to because they won't let me out there. Once again, I'm being boxed in and kept to myself, and I'm not able to do what I need to do to make my life work. So meanwhile, while all this is going on in between everything, I filled out the thing for the Real World Boston. I got accepted to go to the Real World Boston. I turned down the chance to go to the Real World Boston because my wife was pregnant, but then she had the miscarriage, and it was already too late after that. So I'm sacrificing things, one thing after the other. I had no money whatsoever. I was eating food out of the trash. Okay, I would wait at work for somebody to finish their food and then I'd watch what they're eating. I'd wait for them to put the food in the trash, and then I would go over to the trash. I'd wait for everybody to leave out of the cafeteria. I'd reach in and I grab the food out of the trash and I would eat it. If they had a half-eaten piece of pizza, that was my supper. If I had a half-eaten sandwich, that was my supper. It was whatever I could find, and that's what I did to survive. And I never complained. I never said one damn thing about it. I was thankful for that. Sometimes they would get a whole pizza, and they wouldn't eat the whole thing, and they would put the box on top, and it would leave like a piece inside, and I'd be like, today's a good day because I'm getting a whole slice of untouched, unbit pizza. And I wouldn't even rip off like people all like germophobics and everything. I'll rip off the piece that they bit, whatever. Nope. I was so hungry, I ate whatever I could find in the trash, whatever I could find on top of the trash, whatever I could find. So it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. So then she calls me and tells me that she's having the baby, and I'm like, I tell the boss, and the boss then he comes over to me like, so after I prolonged this for like 3 hours, almost 4 hours, he comes over and tells me, oh, I'm sorry, but the guy that is supposed to be taking your place, he's on vacation. I forgot, he's on vacation. He's not coming in tonight. You gotta stay for 6 hours. I'm like, no, I'm leaving right now. And I walked out, and they wrote me up, and they wrote me up for insubordination, and they told me I walked out of the job, fired me, pretty much right on the spot. Okay, after being there for a little over a year, about a year and change, fired me right on the spot. Okay, I leave there, and go get a job working at a textile place, another textile place. Um, it was another mill working with chemicals that were not supposed to be. You're not supposed to breathe them. You weren't supposed. I had to wear a mask. Okay, I had to wear a harness. It was a terrible, terrible situation. Did that for 14 years. 14 years I did that to make sure that there was food on the table, to make sure my kids had the best Christmas. Because then here come another kid, and here come another kid, and here come another kid. I got four. I got four kids, and I had to make sure that they had the best Christmases that they ever had. I had to make sure that they had friends. If they were invited to a birthday party, I could listen. I couldn't go to birthday parties when I was a kid. My father would say no. I couldn't go. Um, so I didn't want them to have to go through anything that I went through. So every birthday party they were asked to go to, they went to the birthday party, and they went with a gift. Every Christmas came, every birthday party they had their birthday parties. I didn't have a birthday party. I was born on, listen, I'm born on Christmas Day. Okay. Everybody says, isn't that amazing? Isn't that wonderfully born on Christmas Day? No, it sucks. Okay, I get the shaft. That's what I get. I get nothing for my birthday. Okay, I don't get a cake. I don't get nothing. And I don't care. 'Cause I'm not really asking for it. I don't even. I've reached a point where I don't even celebrate my birthday. I don't even know how old I am. Okay, and that's a good thing. Okay, the only person that reminds me how old I am is my mother, because she's nice enough to be that evil and that mean to tell me how old I am every single Christmas. Every Christmas, the only person that tells me how old I am for my birthday is my mother. She's so dang sweet. The only thing I don't want to know is how old I am. I just want to live my life and not know or care about how old I am. But you know what? She goes out of her way to call. If she can't visit and tell me how old I am, she'll call every Christmas and say, "Happy birthday. How's it feel to be this age?" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Are you that miserable and that screwed up in the head that you know how terrible, how you know how much that gets to me? How I don't want to know. That's the only thing I ask. I'm not asking you for a gift. I'm not asking you to come visit. I'm not asking anything of you. I'm not even asking you to call. Don't call. Do me a favor, don't call. Because that's the only thing I'm asking is don't remind me of how old I'm getting or how old I am. I was watching a documentary thing the other day on Corey Feldman. He wears a necklace around his neck that says 22. And because he says that forever he will be 22. That's his age, 22. Mine is 32. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with being 32 for the rest of my life. Okay, I don't need somebody to call me up on my birthday and say, "Hey, listen, happy birthday to you. Hey, by the way, how's it feel to be this age? How's it feel to be one as Pink Floyd would say, one day closer to death? How does that feel to you?" Okay, to me, it's like a jab in the side with a thorn. It's like being cut with a I don't. You remember those pulley things there? I did this to myself one day, so that's why I'm relating it to this. And I got scars on my hand to show you. You know, remember they used to have those like pull toys, and they used to have like this pull thing. Well, I ran that thing across my hand or whatever one day, whatever, over and over again, till I got a bad friction burn, started bleeding, everything like that. That kind of pain. Okay, that kind of, why did I do it? I don't know. It was stupid, but I did it, and that's what the kind of pain. Why do you have to call and remind me? Is it, does it what pleasure do you get out of making me miserable? I mean, that's just a question. It's just a question. Anybody can comment below. What pleasure do you make on making my life a living hell? I do not want to be reminded of this. I do not want to be told of this. That's all I'm asking. So stop calling and telling me, and stop saying, "Hey, happy birthday. By the way, how's it feel to be this?" How does it feel to be closer to death? How do you feel to be closer to death? Does it make you feel good? It doesn't make me feel good. So why did you just leave me the hell alone? Okay, that's what that's what I'm gonna Andrew Dice Clay. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's what I think. So wow. See, my mind. Now on top of that, I think I might be getting the Alzheimer's because I'm getting old. I think I might be getting the Alzheimer's because I'm getting older. Okay. So I go work at the sweatshop to make sure that my kids have everything that they could possibly have. My wife, meanwhile, while this is all going on, she goes back to school. She gets her license to become a dental assistant. She goes, she has multiple jobs while I'm still supporting the family and working still crazy hours, overtime, Saturdays and Sundays, 12-hour shifts, sometimes double shifts, working crazy hours. And I'll tell you right now, our Christmas tree was like right here. And the kids' presents went from like one side of the tree all the way around the house, okay? Because I wanted them to wake up and have moments to remember. I didn't want them to, but you know what the funny thing is that no matter what, This is to all you fathers out there. It's all you fathers out there. No matter what you do for your kids all their damn life, they're gonna remember only the bad stuff most of the time. Okay, because that's what I remember. I didn't have a totally terrible childhood. I remember a couple of awesome toys that I got when I was a kid. But I'll tell you, the bulk of the memories I have are miserable, terrible memories. Okay, that's what I remember, and that's what your kids are gonna remember. They're gonna remember all the bad things. That's what I remember. I remember all the bad things, and your kids are gonna remember all the bad things too. It's a sad thing, but it's true. Okay, they're not gonna sit around the fire and talk about all the wonderful things that happened. Hey, remember that time Christmas time came and I asked for that gift and I got that gift. Or remember that birthday party that I got to go to. Or remember that time that we had a birthday party outside and you DJ'd and you set up all this stuff. They ain't gonna remember that stuff. No, they're gonna remember all the bad things, all the terrible things you did. They're gonna write a book about it. They're gonna write a book about it and they're gonna jam it right up your ass. That's what they're gonna do. Right up your ass. And not flat up your ass, sideways up your ass. They're gonna jam it sideways up your ass so you can stick it to you really, really good. Because that's what's gonna happen. See, that's what I just did just now. And that's what my kids are gonna do to me, because you get what you give. Because that's just the way life is. That's what life loves to throw you the big old crap sandwich, okay? And then what you gotta do is you just gotta grab that crap sandwich with both hands, take a nice big bite, and realize that this is your life. This is your life, and this is what you gotta do. So for my whole entire life, I just sacrificed the sacrifice. They had that movie with Jim Carrey, that Yes Man movie. That's me. I'm the Yes Man. I just try to make everybody happy. And meanwhile, I'm feeling like garbage, okay? Every single day of my life, I'm feeling like garbage. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, Rocky, throw in the towel. You ain't throwing in the towel, are you? You're not going to throw. I'm asking you. Listen, I ain't Apollo. I'm telling you, throw in the towel, because I feel like I'm about ready to get knocked out and killed. Okay, throw in the towel. But he ain't going to do it. He's going to stand there with that strange Rocky look on his face with the bloody towel there and wait for me to hit the ground while the Russian guy just punched me in the face. That's what life just be, punching me in the face like a Russian man. Stupid! Okay, that's what's going on with me in my life, okay? I just being beat down like a Russian man. Okay, that's the way I feel. So anyway, so I work at my other job, and then I end up leaving that job. I go back to school. I tell my work, I'm like, hey, I'm going back to school, and I want to become a teacher. And then I go to school for elementary education. But then, you know what I do? I give up. I give up as always. I give up on myself. I give up on my dreams. I give up on everything. I sacrifice everything because I just can't mentally and physically afford. I couldn't do it no more. I just couldn't do it anymore. I was like, I can't work and go to school at the same time. It's just not working. It becomes too much, okay? I was going to school full time and I was working full time and I was taking care of 4 kids full time. And my wife was coming home at the end of the night and she wanted supper made full time. That's what was going on full time. So I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I was like, I give up. I'm gonna teach preschool. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go teach preschool. And for the first couple of years, it was good. Everything was great. Everything's wonderful. And then the owner that was there, she left. I got another owner, and everything was good for another 3 years or whatever. And then it all just started going downhill. Okay, and it had nothing to do with taking care of kids. It had nothing to do with the kids at all. Okay, it had nothing to do with the kids. It had to do with my mental health and my mental well-being. Okay, I just felt like I was being used and abused. We started going to church and they were using and abusing me there, and then I was going to school and they were using and abusing me there, and then I just couldn't take it anymore. I could not take it anymore. Okay, I was by myself taking care of 20 to 22 kids, and I just couldn't take it anymore. It was a struggle. It was just a struggle after struggle after struggle after struggle after a struggle. And then here I am now. At whatever age, I don't know. You can comment. You can ask my mother. Ask my mother how old I am. She'll tell you. Here I am now, and I feel like the end is coming near. Okay, the end is near. I try. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I did it. I didn't even do it my way. I'm doing it everybody else's way. And I'm just tired. And so it wasn't a good day today. Okay, it wasn't a good day today because I worry a lot about the kids that I work with. Okay, and you know how they say one bad apple spoils a bunch. Well, when it comes to kids, sometimes one screaming apple ruins the bunch. You know, when it's nap time and you got 9 kids trying to go to sleep, and you got one screaming at the top of their lungs for no apparent reason whatsoever, and you don't want to go coddle this kid, you don't want to go hug this, like hold it. What the kid was looking for was for me to rock the kid to sleep. You know, and it's I'm like, listen, I teach preschool. I'm not a babysitter. Okay, that's I'm not supposed. I'm supposed to be preparing kids to go to kindergarten. I'm supposed to be teaching them how to write their names. I'm supposed to be teaching them the alphabet. I'm not supposed to be rocking kids to sleep and rubbing kids' backs and like I don't know. I'm very confused where I'm supposed to be right now in my life. Okay, I'm very confused. So the doctor was nice enough to give me some nice depressant pills. So now I get to take the depressant pills on top of the anxiety pills. So now I take the anxiety pills and the depressant pills. The first place gave me anxiety. The first job I ever had, it gave me massive anxiety, and now I'm depressed. Now I got depression and anxiety. Oh, isn't that nice? On top of having high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and something to do with I can't have tomato sauce or whatever because I get massive heartburn. I take a pill for that too. So I'm taking a little bit. I take a little bit of something for everything. I don't understand how the anxiety and depression pills don't smack off each other and they're not causing me to have like some kind of real mess. I swear the anxiety medication is giving me the Alzheimer's because I can't remember anything. But that's okay because you know what? Eventually I'll just forget about all of this. That's what's gonna happen. Eventually, I'll forget about everything and everybody, and I'll just be. They'll probably stick me in a home somewhere. Beautiful. Hopefully, it's a beautiful. Hope it's a home with a TV. Okay, that's all I'm asking for. Whatever home they stick me in, let it be. I went to go when my grandmother got sick and my other grandmother got sick. They stuck them in a home. That's what they did. That's what they do to people. That's what you do with your loved ones. When you can't handle your loved ones anymore, you give them to somebody else. You stick them. You hand them off to somebody that can take care of them. You say, listen, you know what? I love you, but screw you. I'm gonna go stick you in a home, and I'm gonna have somebody else take care of you because I really don't care about you that much. I'm gonna go stick you in a home. That's what I'm gonna do. So hopefully, when my kids decide me to stick me in front of a home, when I used to go visit my grandmother at the home, it was a nice home, and it had a big screen TV, and I'd go and visit her every weekend because my father felt guilty or something. So we go visit her every weekend, and she'd be watching Lawrence Welk. And they had a recliner where this old man would be sitting in the recliner right in the front of the TV. So that's where I want to end up. When they finally get fed up with this, and I can't remember who I am or who they are, and I can't remember any of this stuff that's going on in my life or in this world, okay, and they decide they're going to stick me in the home, let them please put me in a home that has a recliner with a TV right in front. I don't watch no damn Lawrence Welk, okay? Maybe I'll watch some Halloween or some the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or whatever. Because listen, that was the old timers age. I'm assuming that the old folks homes nowadays they're showing better movies. Okay, I'm sure there's better movies playing at the old folks home than Lawrence Welk. Okay, my grandmother was like 80 something years old. She was born in like the 50s or 40s or whatever, 30s, 20. I don't even know when the hell that lady was born. She was just freaking old. Okay, she was old as she was that old. Okay, so she was so old she had whiskers growing out of her face. Listen, she was nasty old. Okay. When I'm nasty old, I'm sure that the movie choices will be a lot better at the old folks home. And it had movie night. They had bingo night. You know how long I've been wanting to play bingo? Okay? I've been wanting to go to a casino and play bingo for like my entire life. I've never played bingo ever. Okay, I've never been to a church to play bingo. I've never been to a hall to play bingo. I've never been anywhere to play. Oh, everybody I know have played bingo, but I've never played bingo. I want to go play some bingo. So when they stick me in a home, let it be a home where I can play some bingo and I can watch some horror movies on the big screen TV when they have movie night. And I don't want to be watching no damn Cocoon. Okay, I ain't watching Cocoon on movie night. Okay, I ain't watching no old farts jumping in the thing because they're pot aliens. I ain't watching none of that crap either. Don't send me one of those damn nursing homes that shows you the same movie over and over again. I don't care if I got Alzheimer's. I don't remember. I watched Cocoon last week. I don't care if I can't remember that. You don't put me in a damn home that shows 1 or 2 movies. Okay, I don't want this to be like Jury Duty where they own like 3 movies or whatever and they make you watch the same 3 movies every time you go to Jury Duty. No, I want this to be like a movie theater that every weekend there's a new damn movie. And the least my kids and my wife can go do is make sure that I got a good movie choice at that damn home. That's the least they could do. Okay, that's the very least that they could do is go in there and bring in some of my movies and say, listen, he wants to watch Hellraiser this weekend. Look, the man wants to watch some Phantasm, okay? He's in the mood for some License to Drive or some Dream a Little Dream. He wants to watch some Corey Haim flicks this weekend, okay? So don't put him in front of the TV and make him watch Cocoon because you don't want to watch Cocoon, okay? He don't even own Cocoon in his collection normally, so he don't want to watch Cocoon now, okay? I don't care. Listen, you Cocoon fans, no offense. No offense, you people that big Cocoon fans, okay? But I'm not a Cocoon fan, and I don't want to watch Cocoon, okay? But that seems to be like the old fop movie thing to watch. Or what's that other one? Is it something Grandpa's? The one about I want to say it had Walter Matthau and like whatever. It was about these something old men. Or something. Yeah, I don't want to watch that crap either. Listen, when you were old, you don't want to be watching old men dying movies, okay? You don't want to be watching old fop movies, okay? When you're old, you want to watch younger movies, okay? You bring me some American Pie. I want to watch some American Pie when I'm like 80 years old, sitting in the home. I don't want to watch none of that old fop crap there, okay? I don't want to watch that stuff. I got some packages. With that said, yeah, I had a hell of a day today. Hell of a day.
Just a sick world we're living in. Sick people.
Okay. So you can hit that like button. I'd appreciate that. And I'll show you what I got. Let's go with the Amazon. I got an Amazon here. I'm all. Hey, it's a long video. Hell with it. Hell with it. I was working for 14 minutes. Try 14 hours. I got a copy of the brand new. This is the these are CDs. Okay, I got 2 CDs in here. And then we'll get to the Blu-rays in a second here. This is the brand new Ed Sheeran album. Okay, haven't heard anything from it yet, but I'm an Ed Sheeran fan, so gotta have it for the collection. And then the brand new this is what life be throwing me, a whole pile of Dookie. Yeah, this is the little box set of Green Day's Dookie album. This is got a whole crap load of extra stuff on it that say I get so old I can't see, and I refuse to buy reading glasses. I will not do it. I'll just hold stuff away like this. Dookie Landmark 1994 album. That's the year I graduated high school, 1994. Imagine that. 30th anniversary. Well, that kind of sucks because that totally knocks my 32 thing right out of the freaking water. Thanks a lot there, Dookie. Well, that just gave me a big eye opener there. Since I graduated high school in 1994, and this is a 30th anniversary. Well, that puts me at least 30 plus. 30th anniversary super deluxe limited edition, 65 tracks on 4 CDs. CD1, the original Dookie album. CD2, 17 unreleased tracks. CD3, Woodstock 1994, and CD4 as live in Barcelona, plus a Dookie all fresh 40-page book, 5 something set, 5 button set of magnets and stickers. Yeah, all that crap that I don't need. I don't need that crap in my life. Okay, but it came in a Dookie set. What a bunch of Dookie. And then we have from Amy Whitehurst, okay, which Amy, thank you, but I pay for this crap, so it's all on me. Is a used copy. No digital code or anything in here. Nope. Of Reign of Fire. Older movie, Reign of Fire. Dragon movie, older movie. Why, you ask? Why did I buy this? I really enjoy this movie. I don't know. This is like one of them guilty pleasure movies there, like a Mad Max or something like that. For some reason, I put this in the same category as Mad Max. Yeah, this is a apocalyptic dragons be destroying the world. You got this group of people that are like in like no man's land in the middle of nowhere, and then all of a sudden this army shows up with some Matthew McConaughey. Who doesn't love them some Matthew McConaughey? And Matthew McConaughey shows up, and it's got some Christian Bale, but it's got non-Batman, non-intimidating Christian Bale. And Matthew McConaughey shows up, and he's cool because he's got a cool shaved head, and he looks really creepy. He's got a cool tattoo, and they there to kill dragons. They want to kill the dragons. The dragon hunters. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, I need to buy that. I need to buy it. I'm going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Why not? Hey, we'll keep going. We'll make the. You probably already tuned out by now, but I don't even care. Here we go. Another Blu-ray. We got loose. It's loose in here. Not good. We have a loose copy of. Make sure it's not scratched on Blu-ray. I own this on DVD. This is an upgrade of Stevie Nicks Live. I'm dying. This was a Sears / MasterCard promotional Blu-ray that was probably probably like $5. This is, to me, I'm picturing this was probably at like the counter at Sears when Sears used to be open, and people would go by and be like, yeah, you know, because I remember for a while I think Elton John was selling like his CDs at Victoria's Secrets or whatever. And this is probably the same thing. Like Stevie Nicks decided she was going to sell her new CD, a new Blu-ray, whatever, at Sears, and it was sponsored by MasterCard. Yeah, this is an upgrade from my DVD. I'm reaching. This is the last one. Here we go. From Banana Records. I guess am I ending with a CD? Yes, I'm ending with a CD. Oh, ending with a CD of a place where I hope to be one day. This is, I hope it's the right one. Let me check. It is, because it's got the live in concert blue. This is the Insane Clown Posse's Shangri-La album. I have the other one, and they released this. I gotta tell you, Insane Clown Posse has an awesome marketing campaign. They release multiple. So what this is one title, and then they release like multiple of these titles. But the second disc is always something different. So I believe there's like four. I think it's 4 of these out there, and the other one has a different second disc. This disc is always the same, but the second disc is either a different color. I got one that's red. They got one that's gold. They got one that's not live. It's The Gathering or whatever. This one is live in concert from The Gathering. So I've been collecting Insane Clown Posse stuff now for a little while, and I decided to add on to my collection. Why? I don't know. Because, I mean, eventually I'm going to drop dead, and my kids are just probably going to just hand all this stuff to somebody anyway. So why am I bothering? I think I'm going to stop. I think I'm going to stop bothering, and because it just doesn't even make any, it's starting to not make any sense anymore. Okay. Financially, things ain't good. Life-wise, things ain't good. So maybe it's time for me to stop doing what I'm doing and make things a little bit better. You know, maybe financially I need to make things a little bit better. So maybe not purchasing so much crap would maybe make that better. I don't know. But I have been working on other videos, so don't worry, the videos will still be there. See how the bipolar disorder just set in? The videos will still be coming in. I appreciate you. If you could please do me a favor, please hit that like button, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you. I will. Listen, I'll definitely see you later.
You should have saved me some.